I'm Brian Fawcett. I get the pleasure of being the director of the Graham Recreation and Parks Department. And for this week's Operation Recreation, we want to give you a preview of our newest facility, the Inclusive Playground at Graham Regional Park. So in 2016, the citizens of North Carolina passed the Connect NC bond. I think it was a $2 billion grant pack or bond package that the citizens passed. And in 2017, part of that bond package was granted out to municipalities across the state for inclusive playgrounds for folks with disabilities, for veterans. It kind of ran the gamut just to kind of bring people together in various different projects. The City of Graham submitted a grant application for this playground that you see here, and we were granted $500,000, the largest grant in the state during that time for our inclusive playground. So before we applied for that grant, we had to plan this beautiful playground. And we had teachers from the EC classes from ABSS. We had recreation professionals that deal with seniors and also children. We had folks from the Mayor's Committee with people with special needs. Had folks from all over the place come in and give us their ideas. We worked with our playground representative back and forth. We went through two or three different designs, finally came up with what you guys are going to see here. And it has been a work that's taken quite a few years, but I think it's going to be a game changer for our community. So let's go check out a few of the elements. Come on. The most exciting part about this new playground is that it's fully inclusive for people of all ages. So we've got elements out here that will challenge physical, social, sensory, and cognitive ability for all people. So we'll go over a couple of those elements here now. So the zip line that you see in the background, can't really tell, it doesn't have its seats on yet, but there will be a zero gravity seat, so it's a fully inclusive where you can sit in, and the kind of shoulder harness comes over top of you and holds you in securely. That'll be on one track, and then right along beside it will be a disc seat that folks of any age and size can fit on, and people can zip side by side together, having the same exact experience. On this side, we've got our swing set, post set in the ground. We will have expression swings where you can swing with your toddler and see how much fun they're having on the swing. We also have belt swings, and then we'll have the same zero gravity seat that has a shoulder harness that comes over the top. So anybody who doesn't have very much upper body core strength, they can sit in the seat and still get a full swing experience and be safe and secure. So a couple other elements that I want to highlight for you guys today is the Rockin' Robin. So this is an egg-shaped piece of equipment that you can get in and kind of sway back and forth, but it also gives folks just a kind of a sense of security. They're involved and engaged in the playground setting, but they still feel like they have their own personal space, so they can kind of get away and escape while also still being involved. Another thing that's going to go here in the playground is a merry-go-all. As kids, we all remember the merry-go-round that we had, that we would just try to spin each other as fast as we can. And yes, we remember also flying off of it or being, really challenged to hold on. Merry-go-all has places that you can sit. People of all abilities, again, whether they have core strength or strong upper body strength, they can just sit in the center of the merry-go-all, and then their friends can spin them around. And it's got some molded seats that kind of help support them. The Rockin' Raft that we have over here is also a fully inclusive experience. It has benches on two sides, but then you can also roll a wheelchair right in the middle, and the whole piece just kind of rocks back and forth. And everybody works together to get the movement going with the Rockin' Raft. So those are three of the elements that are unique to this playground, and it makes it one of the most universal and fully inclusive playgrounds in our area. The last piece I want to highlight today is the metal slide. Something you rarely see on playgrounds anymore. Yes, we remember that they get hot, but this one has a very distinct purpose on the inclusive playground. It's for children who have cochlear implants. A traditional plastic slide can kind of interfere with their implants, and so this metal slide gives them the ability to enjoy just a short slide. And we've positioned it so it's in the shade for a majority of the day, so hopefully we can reduce the amount of heat that gets in the slide. But again, we're giving everybody a full play experience here at the Inclusive Park. So the City of Graham likes to do some unique playgrounds and parks, and the natural playground at Graham Regional Park, we left the poplar trees that were there so that would give nice natural shade to that section of the playground. But over here on the left hand side as you enter Graham Regional, the inclusive playground didn't have any large trees that we could have left for this size of a playground. So we added in 7 shade structures across the playground. Some are over benches for those who are sitting on the side watching. Some are over the play structures. So even though some will be, some of the structures will still be in full sun, some will be in shade, and throughout the day that'll kind of shift with the sun. So we think that this will be a very welcome addition to some of our playgrounds, and we hope to add this to others as we go along throughout our renovation of playgrounds and building new ones. Possibly the most important part of making this playground fully inclusive is the surfacing. As you can see in the background, contractors are pouring in the blue surfacing right now. It's fully rubberized. You can roll a chair. Anyone with any sort of walking difficulties, they can travel across this without any issues at all. This is the first poured-in-place playground for the City of Graham, so we're very excited about this. One other detail that we'd like to point out that the design team thought about during the planning phase was, again, the blue background that you can see is for all of the kind of traditional play equipment. There'll be a green section here in the foreground around the slides and around the zip line. So anything that kind of has movement going around it, there'll be a separate color resurfacing there. So that, again, gives sort of a visual cue to some folks like, something's different that I just ran into a different section of the playground here. Maybe I need to pay a little bit closer attention. So our design team, again, ABSS, Exceptional Children Teachers, folks who work with seniors, those guys thought about every little minute detail, working back and forth with the recreation professionals and also the playground professionals to design a fully inclusive playground for the City of Graham, but also more importantly for all the citizens of Alamance County. The City of Graham has set a goal for ourselves to have national demonstration site playgrounds throughout the city. So we'll send a link to those 5 national demonstration sites. We hope to have the natural playground here at Graham Regional Park, also the inclusive playground at Graham Regional Park, and the challenge course that you see behind me as all 3 separate national demonstration sites. And we also hope to add a couple more throughout the city. So check those out and we'll highlight those in future Operation Recreation videos. Thanks.